good morning. This is Tex. How are y'all doing? One of the things I want to talk to you about today was I was asked this question about advice. Somebody was talking about, things were just kind of going south with their spouse. They weren't having a good relationship. They felt they weren't connected. They were very upset about it. As we talked, I'd found out that the individual was already courting someone else. He already had found someone that he was interested in striking up a relationship with. And I thought that was interesting once the details come out that he had found somebody else and then he started to doubt more in his own relationship. And I always say that's what we call new car smell. New car smell. And if I've talked about this before, forgive me, it's just because it came up again. The idea that if you are out in the world and you ain't even thinking about a new car, if you suddenly stop by with a friend, or you actually just go look at a car, you sit in and you smell that smell that is particular to new cars. And when you get that smell in your nose, you're like, my car don't smell this way. And then you start looking at your car and you start seeing dents, or you start thinking, oh, it don't run as good as it used to. It ain't as fast as it used to be. It's not as comfortable. If I had this new car, I could do this, or maybe this one's got better gas mileage. And I had to laugh because the same individual was also having a parallel problem of he had been given a car that wasn't his style of car, but it was given to him as a gift. It was a hand-me-down from somebody. It wasn't going to be used anymore, but it was a very good car. And he immediately started thinking about what other car he wanted. He wanted a car with better gas mileage, and he needed more gas mileage, and he needed different space, and he needed all these things he needed. And he started discounting the car that he had so that he could get rid of it and get a new one. And then after I talked to him for a minute, sure enough, he already had in mind what kind of new car he wanted. And he wanted to sell this car so that he could use the money for the down payment on a new car. When I pointed out to him the parallel between that and his relationship dilemma, first he's like, no. And then after he thought about it, maybe. We often do that. I tell people that if you spend as much time with your current girlfriend, boyfriend, spouse, whatever, as you did trying to court a new relationship, how much better would you improve your current relationship? In other words, how much time do you spend actually doing things with your current spouse or your current girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, being with them, doing things? I mean, I had to make it a little bit humorous in the sense that I asked him, I said, well, isn't it amazing? I bet you since you started talking to this new person, you've probably been getting your hair cut a little bit more, and you've been, making sure before you go up there, you look all neat, you put on a clean shirt, you put on some of that frou-frou water, so you smell good. You're going out of your way to impress the new person. And the new person's a little bit impressed with you. And then I ask, well, what about in your current relationship? Do you go out of your way to impress your current partner? Do you make sure that you keep your hair all neat and clean? Do you put on clean, fresh underwear all the time? Do you put on nice shirts and make yourself look all, this way and that, and frou-frou up, and, brush up, make yourself look all pretty? No. And then you complain that your partner doesn't seem as interested in you as they used to. Could that be that maybe you also are not interested in your partner? And it's because you've lost the new car smell. Don't be fooled by new car smell. I tell people all the time, if your relationship is not going well, and I'm not talking about those relationships that are unhealthy, painful, damaging, violent, any of that stuff. I'm talking about just your average old dating relationship, engagement, or even marriage. As you're looking at this, you're thinking, well, things aren't what they used to be, and now I'm going to go out and find me somebody new. I can almost guarantee you're going to do one of two things. You're either going to find someone who is exactly like your last partner. I mean, they're probably going to walk like them, talk like them, have the same mannerisms and the same problems. Because whatever attracted you to the last one is going to attract you to the next one. Occasionally, people fall for someone who is the exact opposite because they deliberately go out of their way to make sure they find someone who, is nothing like their last partner, which can be dangerous in itself because as the pendulum swings to the other side, the exact opposite could be just as bad as what this one was. I mean, if this one didn't pay you any attention, you felt, you were being neglected, then you go find someone who's just love bombing you. That kind of attention becomes stifling after a while, and what you think you wanted, you don't want. So are you getting new car smell? Are you going out and doing that? Ask yourself why. And ask yourself, are you actually talking to your partner? Are you actually having conversations and going out of your way to do anything that you would do if you were trying to court? Remember what you did when you first started to get together with this person? Did you go out of your way to do things? Were you extra nice? Were you extra sweet? Then over time, did you have little disappointments? Because this is one of the problems most relationships have. You have little disappointments along the way. There'll be that evening that you were all happy and you got that look in your eye like, oh, it's going to be a fun night, and I bought the bottle of wine and, we're going to watch the, Netflix and chill. And you go home and find out the person is not feeling good, not happy, aggravated with work, and they're not reciprocating your intent. And you suddenly get hurt feelings, and you never talk about that. You never go, hey, am I reading this wrong? Did I do something? I just wanted to talk. I just wanted you to understand where I'm coming from, and I want to understand where you're coming from. And there's no exchange. Instead, you just keep letting that chip away at you. And then over time, you quit doing the things that got you in that relationship to begin with. Over time, you actually start to not bring home the flowers, or not cook a special dinner, or, maybe not take the time to make yourself look appropriate, dressing nicely, wearing nice clothes, or whatever it was that you used to do. Giving the other person that attention, actually trying to go out of your way to make sure that they know you love and care about them. You're just upset that you feel they don't love and care about you. So therefore, you've started shutting the door. If you're prone to impulsivity, you do that a lot. Spontaneously go out and start looking at other people or doing other things or taking risks or chances. And if you're also prone to idealizing people and seeing only the good in them when you want to date them, and then once you actually have them as a date and you've been with them a while, you start ignoring the good and only paying attention to the bad. You flip. Those are things to watch out for yourself, because that's where you find yourself literally in your life jumping from person to person and having a hard time finding a long-term relationship. On the one hand, you may say you want a long-term relationship. The thing is, are you investing the time to get that? Are you being fooled by new car smell? Are you actually tricking yourself into not liking something so that you can justify liking what you want to like at the moment? And how will you feel later on when you get that? I find a lot of people go out, they either cheat, which is really a no-no, or they break up with their current partner and go date the new partner. And then when they find out the new partner is pretty much the old partner, they get upset and they want to dump them and go back to their old partner. Take the time, like I said, invest the attention, effort, hard work you put into getting a new relationship into the relationship you have, so that it grows and gets better over time. Hope you have a great day. Beware of that new car smell.